I will say that we will definitely have stopped raising rates and or begun cutting rates by that July 25th meeting, like for sure. But looking at this recent price action, so yeah, big pump going into the CPI reading, which is the core inflation percentage that we got released today, this morning. Again, I thought it was going to be one of those pumps going into it where then we got maybe a lackluster number and dip right back down, just because once you see these cycles enough, once you see enough of the, us being so dependent upon macroeconomics, you kind of get used to that idea. Well, we actually pumped, got over 30K, got a good quote unquote CPI reading, according to what they're saying anyway, at about 5%, which actually came in below what I guess everybody was pricing in, which I don't even know what that was. But anyway, we got a good number according to people. And yeah, the price hasn't, flown up necessarily past that even more in reaction, although sometimes it takes a couple of days to do that, but we've still pretty much held right around this 30K number. So this kind of, instead of just looking at price based off the CPI reading, looking at the macroeconomic stuff as a whole and what the Fed may do going forward and things like that. What do you think, Ewok, with this number, with inflation coming down, things starting to look a little bit better? At the next FOMC, which I've already looked up, is now going to be May. I don't know why my stupid camera keeps going, so I'll fix that in a minute. But May 2nd and 3rd, I believe. Yeah, 2nd and 3rd is the next meeting. What do you think Powell and the rest of the people there will do? I mean, do you think that we are going to continue to raise rates, maybe one final time at a 25 basis point hike? Do you think that they stop entirely, or do you think that they pivot and actually cut, which I personally don't think they'll do that? But seeing these numbers getting better, seeing with the way these markets are going and where things are going in the world, what do you kind of expect at that next FOMC meeting here in about 3 weeks based on the CPI data?
I think we're going to see, I still think we're going to see two more 25 point increases, just because I think they want to be sure that they're getting there. And yeah, two more. So what does that put the date of the second one? Do you know offhand?
I have the article up. It is June 13th and 14th. So that'd be about another 6 or so weeks past the May one.
Yeah. So I could see two more 25 point increases, and then they stop. I don't think they pivot and lower for a little bit longer after that. So maybe another 2 months or so before they start to lower things back down. I don't think they're in that type of position yet after all the money that they've printed to bail the banks out here in the last few months. So I could see two more increases. Just my opinion. What are you thinking? Just one?
I think that's about what I would say. Yeah, I think we'll see one more 25-point rate hike here. I think Powell will probably, because sometimes it's not just the what they decide to do, but how Powell sounds in his press conference afterwards. I think we'll probably get him sounding like pretty dovish about things, sounding like he's gonna pull the reins back on this thing. And yeah, I could see them pivoting by June. Now, after the June meeting, they meet at the end of July, so it's basically just. We've got May 2nd and 3rd. We've got June 13th and 14th, July 25th and 26th, and then almost a 2-month gap to September. So certainly I would say by July, we will know the new trajectory that we are on. I think
agree.
Like by then, because then you're talking the whole rest of the summer heading into the fall. I will say that we will definitely have stopped raising rates and or begun cutting rates by that July 25th meeting, like for sure. Yeah, just to kind of get some clarity on that. But it's going to be interesting. And, I think we're all kind of sick of even following this stuff. And I think we're going to get our wish. I mean, like as they do start to cut them. But I think it's a good lesson too, though, to people that, maybe are just crypto investors that don't pay attention to macroeconomics or what might be going on in the stock market or whatever else. I think it's a good lesson to really know what is going on with this stuff, in real estate. It's really good to know all of these markets to give you an idea because crypto and the acceleration of this bubble is not going to be around forever at the rate that it is. So it's good to be aware of all markets, certainly I think we're in the best one right now with the most gains, clearly, but
Sure.
You want to make sure you know of all markets. I know you and I have talked about like real estate in the future and things like that, and it's something that we're interested in. But yeah, I think it's good to be like well rounded with all that stuff. So
yeah, and we you talk about the best gains, but don't forget we have the biggest losses too. So some of the hardest crashes come with crypto just as well as the massive gains do. So yeah, you got to pay attention to everything a little bit. Especially if you want to diversify down the road after you've made it a nice cycle or two, and came into some profits, then it would probably be good to diversify a little bit. So you should know what's going on. Now they're all on different cycles. I've heard the real estate, is still coming down. That it probably hasn't bottomed yet.
Right.
That could happen late this year, which would be pretty good if we get some nice gains out of crypto, able to diversify some of that into some lower real estate positions at that point. It could be a really, really nice bull market of 2024 then after that.
HexPassiveIncome.com. My friend Crypto Coffee has created what I think is probably the best course for a new cryptocurrency investor. Not only that, but these courses usually charge an arm and a leg. Crypto Coffee is only charging $200. I think right now he actually has a discount for $150. I have a link below in the description. If you are new to crypto, do not understand Hex and how it works, click the link below. It's a quick, easy course. He only gives you the basics. I personally, myself, have thought about creating an intro to crypto course in the past. I don't think there's any reason to do so because Matt, Crypto Coffee, has already taken care of that. And I don't think anything needs to be added by anybody else. So check it out. The link is in the description and sign up to Hex Passive Income today.